I took out all of the interior parts and started sanding them down with some 600 grit for the primer to stick to it a bit better, then moved on to gluing in some grills for the speakers on the top of the dashboard, and could then finally move on to also making a quick template with some masking tape and a marker in order for the carbon fiber decals to be shaped to it and later on applied as well after all the painting was done. Once all of the parts were prepped and ready for primer, I clipped them onto some holding clips and then moved on to priming them with some Tamiya primer. Now I'm decanting this, just spraying it into a cup. This is a bit messy, so you might want to cover up the top before just spraying it in, or use a straw to have a sort of nozzle onto it, which goes a bit deeper. This was then directly put into the airbrush as it doesn't need any thinning, and I could then carefully start priming all of the parts. Now you might be wondering, you could have also just sprayed it from the spray can directly. Of course I could, though the spray can is a bit too big of a spray fan and the primer would go on really thick. For these small delicate parts which have a lot of small tiny details in them, I prefer to do it with the airbrush. On some of the bigger parts, maybe even a body, I would use a spray can instead of just decanting it, but it never hurts to do it with the airbrush as you have a lot more control and use a lot less material. I let the primer dry for a couple of hours before moving on to applying the various different colors, just using the standard Zero paints range. In this case I'm using some red from the Ferrari interior range and also some matte black for all the other interior components. Some of the parts like the center console and the rear seat area needed to be masked off in order to have a second color applied to them. The centerpiece was applied with some masking tape and then carefully cut out around the edges, and the same was done to the rear seat before applying some matte black for the surrounding parts. With the masking tape removed, the paint dry, I could move on to clear coating it all with a matte clear coat to give it all the same matte sheen and leather look. I left the clear coat to dry overnight and then moved on the next day to applying the carbon fiber decals. In the beginning of the video I made some quick templates with some masking tape on the bare parts. These were then transferred to the Scale Production carbon fiber decal, cut to shape and then formed and fit with some decal softening and setting solution from Microscale Industries. I have multiple videos on my channel that go a bit more in depth on these carbon fiber application methods, so if you want to check those out, feel free to check out the videos on my channel. All of the small decals have been applied on the dashboard and the steering wheel to add the small details and buttons everywhere. And I could then move on to masking off the rear section of the interior, leaving the front section exposed, which can then be sprayed down with some Tamiya black paint from a spray can, and I could apply the flocking on top of it to make it a nice carpet looking effect. While I'll set the flocking aside to cure for a couple of hours, in the meantime I could add a bit more detail with some paint here and there on the interior parts. The details are all painted on, so pretty much every part is done and ready to be assembled. All of the parts were glued together with some Bob Smith Industries Super Gold Plus. This is a super glue that doesn't really haze, so it's pretty safe to use on a lot of the visible parts, and it's pretty much strong enough for these interior pieces. So all of the photo etch was stuck in place, and all the other parts were glued on as well.
Let's go.
The kit supplies you with some photo etch for the seat belts, though it doesn't supply you with the seat melt material, so I used some from Scale Production.